Hi there, this is Colin again, and today's lesson is going to be a really quick one, and it's going to be on the separator module. So let's go into Pagebuilder by clicking on the link in our admin bar. We'll see the page come up, and here we go. We go on to basic modules. We've got the third one down is the separator module. If I click and hold that and drag it onto my page, I'm going to drag it down below this one here. And if I drag that out the way, you can see we've got a nice gray separator bar here. So what are our options for this one? First of all, we've got the color. It defaults to that gray color, but we can choose any color we want. So let's choose a blue, shall we? Put it into blue there and make it brighter than that. There we go. So nice 1 pixel line, as you can see by that. We can also change our opacity. So if we want it to be 50%, or we can put it down to 10%. It's a nice faded line there. It's just a distinct detail at that point. Let's bring it back up to 100 and change our height to 5 pixels. As you can see, it gets really thick at that point. So I'm going to put it down to 2. Okay, because I want you to be able to see it on the screen. Actually, we'll change that to 3 so you can see it a little bit better. What I want to show you is the styles next. So we've got a solid line. We can change it to a dashed line, which is pretty handy sometimes, a dotted line, and a double line. So I'm going to put it back to the solid line for the next bit of this video, and I'm going to go into options or advanced options. Now I don't want this line to go all the way across from side to side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my left margin, and I'm going to put in 160 pixels there, and I'm going to put 160 pixels on my right margin. You can see how it actually reduces it. Now if I want to make that a little bit more, I can bring it into a very little line in the middle by going 260, 260. You can choose any numbers you want here. I'm just picking these numbers randomly, and as you can see, the line is now diminished. Now I'm going to click on Save. Now I can actually pick that up and drag it to another area, okay? And it will also keep the same settings. Now obviously that is not going to work there, so I would have to go and adjust it. But if I put it into a wider area, for example, I can put it right at the beginning or put it in its own row, you'll see that it keeps the settings there. So if I wanted to edit that one, I can just click on it. I'm going to go and clear those margins like that. I'm going to click on Save. Now if I'm going to bring it down here, I'm going to show you another neat little trick here. So I'm going to grab it by this little handles there, and I'm going to bring it down here. Now what I can do is, I don't like the way that this is so close to this, so I can actually add some padding, or margin should I say. I can actually add some margin in here to the top. So for example 100 and bottom 100. What it does is it allows me to create some nice spacing in there. 100 is probably a little bit too much, so we'll go to a nice round number of 60 on the top and 60 on the bottom and the top, and leave that there. That's how the separator works. It's pretty easy. I'm going to click Save. We can duplicate it, and we can drag that over to a different area. Okay, well, if we put it in its own row, where it is up here, and if I go into the row settings and choose my full width, okay, and change this to full width, we can have it go the full width of the page. So that is because it's the row settings, and now that the actual separator is going the full width, I can go in here, and if I want it to go right to the edge, I can take the left margin down to 0 and the right margin down to 0, and it will go right to the edge of the page. So that's how you get a full width row, and that's it for today's lesson. So play around with the separator, have a little bit of fun. I'm actually going to delete these before we move on to the next video. I'm going to delete that one, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.